Now, to learn more about improving the welfare of animals in Indonesia, we are now connected with Femke and Haas, founder of Jakarta Animal Aid Network. Hello, Femke. Thank you so much for joining us back here in the show. Now we are celebrating the World's Monkey Day. What do you think that we should celebrate about this day?
Thank you. Thank you for having me again. Well, today is a very special day because we are reminding other non-human primates. It's a day to raise awareness about the fact that there's still a lot of exploitation happening towards these non-human primates. And just to name an example, in some countries, non-human primates have already been granted rights, almost similar to human rights. Like there was one orangutan, which is, of course, the most, one of our iconic species here in Indonesia and very critically endangered, who used to live in a zoo in Argentina and was provided human rights and then relocated to a special sanctuary. So it's an important day, and I hope that we will have these, not just remember the fate of the primates just today, but we'll fight harder to keep primates in the wild and keep them safe in their own habitat.
All right, so you have seen how there are cruelly activities towards monkeys in this world. If you see Indonesia, what are the biggest problems regarding monkey exploitation? We've seen maybe in other countries, they are forced to pick coconuts, they have monkey schools, and they need to be trained in certain sort of ways that actually violates their rights. How do you see the biggest problem here in our country?
Yeah, one of the biggest problems surely is habitat loss concerning the orangutans and all other primate species, though there are other primate species that more easily adapt also to forests that are not rainforests, so they more easily adapt, yet they are still having very little protection because their status is not protected. If the species is not endangered, then they have a big welfare issue because these primates are traded openly and little is being done about it because their status in Indonesia is not yet protected. I'm talking mostly about the macaques, long-tailed macaques and pig-tailed macaques, who are traded for the pet trade, but also to be used in entertainment. So one of the main issues that we're seeing is people keeping a primate as a pet, like a monkey, like a macaque, because they purchase them as a little baby and they're very cute and they're very cuddly. But when they grow up, they will become very dangerous to keep as a pet because they are wild animals and their wild instincts will take over. So what happens often is that the owners of these pet monkeys will dump them. And this is where we see big conflicts arising, where people are bitten, the monkeys are really confused in where to find their food, and this is where rehabilitation is needed, and this is where we are trying to help and work together with the Indonesian government to find solutions for. So the pet trade is a big problem. Also the fact that these monkeys are exploited online for people like to use them in YouTube videos, on their Instagram, to show other people how cute they are as a baby. But what people don't see is how are they being traded? Where are they being captured? They lose their mother in that process. The mothers are killed in order to be able to get the baby. So this process is very cruel. And then the other issue that we still see are the dancing monkeys, which actually in 2013, dancing monkeys were banned by former Governor Joko Widodo in Jakarta. And since that time, we have reached a ban. Actually, on national level, dancing monkeys are no longer allowed. But sadly, we still encounter dancing monkeys and we still receive a lot of reports about dancing monkeys.
Now, I know you mentioned government earlier, so how is the government's response in terms of eradicating the exploitation of monkeys and other animals in Indonesia?
Well, we see at this moment that some species really need some better protection level, so we are lobbying for that, especially the pig-tailed macaques and the long-tailed macaques. And on other issues, for example, the trade, we are now collaborating with some local government institutions where the trade is mostly happening to confiscate the babies, for example, when they are being smuggled. So the government is responding positively, but the problem is quite overwhelming because the numbers are very high when it comes to the trade in the macaques. Yet we really wish to see more action concerning their status level, the protection level.
Hey, you were saying about confiscating all the trade when it comes to macaque and all sorts. But if you could put in numbers so far, how many monkeys have been saved?
We have rescued over the years almost 400 dancing monkeys.
Wow.
So topeng monyet.
Yeah.
We have released 270 individuals so far. The other individuals are still in our care. We have rescued over 55 babies from the trade just this year, because this year we started a special unit to crack down on the trade in baby monkeys. And then we have assisted the government throughout Indonesia, but mostly in Java, in different villages, with conflict monkeys, meaning that pet monkeys were released by the owner or escaped, and then because they are confused, they start to enter the houses of people, they are desperate for food, and this is where accidents happen and people can get bitten really badly. We have this year alone assisted with 35 cases of conflict monkeys.
All right, so apart from monkey dance or topeng monyet, are there any other forms of exploitation of monkeys? You said about illegal trade, maybe poaching. What are the that happened in Indonesia? Especially when you say, okay, habitat loss, but when we're talking about palm plantation, palm oil is the biggest commodity, global commodity. So probably my question would be, how is your organization taking part in this, act of trying to save our monkeys?
Well, we try to campaign and we try to run educational activities at schools because kids are our future, and if the children are aware that we need to protect the habitat and we need to protect all animals in their natural surroundings, then I have good hope for the future. Besides that, of course, we are lobbying for better protection, and we are involved with direct rescue of individuals.
Still talking about monkey exploitation. So what are your expectations regarding monkey exploitation in Indonesia?
My hope is that all the primates will be protected, that there will be a ban on keeping primates as a pet, not only out of welfare concerns, but also because they can become a hazard for local people. It can be people living around them. They can become very dangerous towards young children, not because the primates are vicious, but because they are wild animals that don't belong in distress on a chain. So I wish to see a ban on keeping primates as a pet, and I wish to see the public supporting this ban.
All right, Femke, thank you so much for your explanation, and also it's kind of education for us here on the Hour News Show, and also to our viewers that primates are not for pets.
No, they're not
right?
for pets.
And thank you so much for being here back with us. We hope to see you even more in the show. And good luck, stay safe, stay healthy.